Today on Another World.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Frank. I hope this isn't a bad time for you, Mr. Corey.
And who, may I ask, is that? Is Mac thinking of starting a Brava centerfold?
Huh? Oh, Cecile, for heaven's sake. That's Pat's new assistant.
Oh, when that happens, will you be ready for him? Will you be willing to take him back?
I've got to face the fact. For Larry and me, it's over.
Blaine, huh? Yep. I was just wondering, old buddy, why is it that that same lady has keys to this apartment?
I don't want to be protected or taken care of anymore.
It's not the intent.
Well, maybe it wasn't the intent, but that certainly was the result. I guess I'm going to go have a talk with Mom. A very long talk.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Thought you might need something to read.
Yeah, very funny. What is it?
Very light, without much substance. The official police report on the dock accident. It came in while you were back east. Mac asked Brian and me to take a look at it and then turn it over to you, since you're in charge of the project and have to deal with the problems.
All right, let's see here. Doesn't look like it's going to win any best-selling list.
It's mostly departmental officialese. The summary in the last page says it all officially.
Okay, let's see. Officially. It would appear that the police talked to the forklift operator who said he saw nothing. He didn't see me. Yeah, it was an accident, pure and simple. Well, I don't think it was pure or simple. I know better. I know it was no accident.
My, what a busy little bee. I'm surprised to see you here so bright and early after such a late night.
Welcome back, Cecile. To work, at least.
Well, I appreciate the warmth of your reception. And I am glad to be back. You know, my job means so much to me that when I'm away from it, I hardly know what to do with myself.
Seems you were able to find something to keep yourself occupied while you were away east.
Yes, I did manage to keep myself busy. It was quite a successful trip. In terms of business, of course.
Of course. And speaking of business, I understand that Mac wants to see both of us in his office as soon as he gets in.
About what?
You don't know? Wow. It's going to be interesting.
What do you mean, interesting?
Oh, judging from last night, you like surprises, so why spoil it? I think I'll let Mac tell you himself.
Yeah, I've always suspected that these delays were caused by sabotage.
Had you found any evidence?
No, but maybe I was getting close to finding something, and that's why what happened happened.
Yeah, I think you may be right.
Well, at least someone believes me.
Oh, I believe you all right. For a while, I've had the same suspicions that it was no accident that sent both you and Sandy Alexander to the hospital.
What makes you say that? I mean, no one else seems to agree with this.
I know I should have talked to you about all this, but, well, you'd just been hurt, and when I went to Mac, he told me not to tell you.
Tell me what?
That you're probably right.
That it was no accident.
No, I don't think it was. I have reason to believe that the so-called accident was a planned hit. That you were the target.
Come in, ladies, come in. I appreciate you're both making time for this impromptu meeting.
Oh, no problem, Mac.
Sit down, won't you? I'm not going to take up much time. It's just a bit of business that had to be taken care of immediately. During your absence, Cecile, it was necessary to begin 2 projects that just couldn't wait any longer.
Concerning Brava?
Yes, that's right. Now, I remember that I very thoroughly delineated each of your areas of responsibility when I divided the editorship into 2 sections. However, there were 2 projects I just could not postpone any longer. I thought they'd already been completed before you left. So I called Pat in order to get the work done.
Well, of course. Pat and I discussed her taking over various of my responsibilities during my absence. But now I'm back, and I'm ready to take the full workload on my shoulders once again.
Well, unfortunately, the work is of such a technical and involved nature that I really think it should stay in the hands of the person who began it.
Well, exactly what projects are these?
Well, the first is a 1982 budget projection. Mac wanted to get it out ahead of schedule, so that's why we got started on it early. And the second is a staff utilization report.
Well, I've only been gone 2 weeks. That's hardly enough time to complete either project. I see no reason why I can't, with some information and help, slip right into your place and complete my jobs.
No, I'm afraid it's not quite that easy. See, Cecile, Pat and I have spent long hours and many long meetings on both of these pieces of work. It would be a fearful waste of time for me to have to backtrack all that with you. She's got all the facts and figures at her hands, and I really think at this point it would be much better to let Pat complete the first draft. Now, when she gets to the second draft, I'm sure she'd be very glad for your suggestions, any input you might like to offer.
Oh, I see. But what about the staff utilization report? Or has that been about taken care of, too?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's just about completed. Of course, there are a few loose ends that we have to tie up, but basically everything is under control.
Oh, Pat, I meant to ask...
Of course.
Oh,
excuse
me. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that Cecile could step in, if she wanted to, but, really at this stage, just about everything has been done.
Pat, would it be putting too much pressure on you to ask you to get the budget report to Jamie within the week so that he could read it and then get it on my desk by the 20th?
No, I don't think there'd be any problem at all.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that a lot.
Well, is there anything else?
I guess that's it.
Okay.
Oh, Cecile, would you wait? I want to talk with you about something.
Oh, sure. Excuse me.
Certainly. Thank you a lot, Pat. Please sit down, Cecile. First, I want to apologize to you because Rachel and I left so abruptly last night. Please don't think it was a personal comment on your announcement. Rachel was just terribly upset.
Well, I'm sorry, Mac. Neither of us had anticipated the timing of the announcement. It just sort of happened. I don't know, I suppose it was the party mood. But I was feeling ready to burst if I didn't tell someone.
I understand that. And I want to take this opportunity to give you all of my best wishes for your marriage.
Well, thank you, Mac. Your blessing means a lot to me. And to Jamie, too. I'm so glad that you're not angry with us. We were so worried.
No, nonsense. You're both adults. You have the right to make your own decisions, especially decisions that are about your own lives.
Mac, I want you to know that I'm going to make Jamie very happy as he's made me.
I don't doubt that at all. And again, all my best wishes for all the happiness in the world. Well, to get on to business, I've done a lot of work on the manuscript. Do you think you'll have time to look at it?
Oh, of course.
How did the first material go?
Well, aside from a little bit of tightening up, it's going very well. I never realized that you had the makings of a writer.
Oh, no, I never realized that either.
Of course, it is a little bit difficult understanding the continuity with that chapter that's missing.
I think I really aroused your curiosity about the intimate details of that chapter.
Well, I must admit it is somewhat of a mystery to me.
Time will tell all.
I'm sure it will. But if you want to keep it a secret, I won't pry.
My instincts were right. I was a target.
I'm sure of it.
Does Mac know how you feel?
I told him just before he left town.
Well, that's kind of strange.
What?
Well, that Mac didn't tell me. I mean, he knows how I feel about it.
Well, he knows what you're like, how seriously you take things. I mean, he didn't want you to be preoccupied about it. At least, Not until the police finish their investigation.
Well, maybe, but Mac does not keep information from me, especially information like this.
No one was sure.
No, but that doesn't make any difference. I mean, if he had his suspicions, I should have been told.
Well, I think it would be best if you and Mac sorted this out together. And if you want me to be there, look, I can always be there.
No, that's okay, you know. It's not necessary, really. Thank you anyway, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a meeting with Mac later today anyway. So, anyway, let's get off of this. Okay. How you been doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? How's Kit?
Well, Kit's fine. Although we have a little problem.
Oh. Anything an old married man of less than a week can give you some advice on?
Not unless you have some place to put Mary Ann Randolph at least one night a week.
One night?
Two.
Well, the old roommate syndrome, eh?
Yeah, right on. With Kit and Mary Ann sharing that apartment and me still at the Mid-City Hotel, it makes it kind of hard to find a nice atmosphere to be alone with Kit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I got the picture.
Yeah, and outdoor events are still definitely out, at least until spring.
Mm-hmm. So you can't, you can't find an apartment?
Nah, there's nothing around. It's not even the cost, it's availability. I don't need much, just someplace that's furnished, you know. Short of that, anything would do.
Yeah. I don't know, have you seen my apartment? Yeah.
The loft, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it's small, but it's furnished. I haven't been using it lately. And I have to move the rest of my stuff over to the penthouse. Yeah. I'll tell you what, why don't you sublet it? You know, I mean, it's furnished. It has all the amenities, you know. And, in fact, it's available as of today.
Are you serious?
Deadly.
I mean, you don't want to keep it?
Well, I don't know. I don't think Cecile would like that very much. It might make her a little nervous.
Oh, yeah.
The price of marriage, you understand?
In that case, you're on.
Oh, well, it's terrific. Okay, listen, I'll give you the key here. There it is.
Oh.
Keys to the castle.
I hope Kit's free this evening.
Oh, I hope so, too.
Oh, I hope so twice.
Oh, Liz, have the final proofs for Brava been sent to the printer yet?
Gone to bed.
Good.
Oh, Cecile, there is one change you should be aware of.
What's that?
It's the final contents page, final proof.
Well, it looks all right to me. Wait a minute. Where's my picture?
Well, with an editorial...
Miss Matthews, I believe I have an appointment with Mr. Corey this morning.
Oh, well, just let me check the time. Will you? Sandy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right on time. Would you like to sit down? I'll buzz Mac and make sure he can see you now. Mac, your 10:30 appointment is here. Shall I send him right in? Oh, certainly I will. Of course. He'll be out in a moment. Oh, Cecile, sorry, you haven't met Sandy Alexander. Sandy, this is Cecile Dupolinac.
Cecile Frame, editor of Brava.
Sandy, sorry to keep you waiting. Busy day. Come on in.
It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Frame. I hope this isn't a bad time for you, Mr. Corey.
And who, may I ask, is that? Is Mac thinking of starting a Brava centerfold?
Huh? Oh, Cecile, for heaven's sake. That's Pat's new assistant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, call me later. Bye. Oh, hello. Aren't you the prettiest thing that's walked through my office all morning? Hi, babe.
Oh, it's nice to be appreciated by someone.
What? What is that supposed to mean? You mean somebody's been bullying my wife? What, not Mac, I hope. Oh, come on down. Yeah. Oh, hi, Liz. Gee, can you handle it? I haven't read it. I don't know. Tell him that I haven't received it yet and I'm looking forward to reading it. You know, something like that. Okay, just don't ruffle his feathers. Okay, right on this. Bye. Now, what is this all about?
Jamie, it's only been 2 weeks. I just don't understand it.
What?
Well, in that short amount of time, Mac has handed Pat 2 major projects that are normally my responsibility.
Wait.
I feel like I've just been left out in the cold.
Wait, what projects?
Well, for one, the 1982 budget for Brava. I mean, that was specifically specified by Mac as my... I'm supposed to be in charge of all the financial matters for the magazine.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are. I wasn't aware that Mac had handed it to Pat.
Yeah, we did. And she's almost through with it. I mean, I could have gotten it all done on time if he had just asked me.
I know you could have. Look, maybe he wanted you to work on that staff utilization report. I think that's due at the end of this week.
No, that's the second.
What? Pat's doing that too?
Yes. He handed it right to her, took it right out of my hands.
Well, he didn't tell me about that either. And I don't know why. I mean, that's two major decisions, and he didn't let me in on either one of them.
Jamie, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I will have to get your signature on this before I can send the messenger away.
All right.
Okay, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot. Sorry.
Yeah. Jamie, I didn't mean to get you upset either. I just needed somebody to talk to. You know, I have this terrible feeling that I'm being punished somehow for being...
What, my wife? Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Come on, Cecile. Mac is not the type to do something like that. Look, if it's going to help, I'll go talk to him. In fact, right now.
No, you can't talk to him right now. You know why?
Why?
Because he has Pat's new assistant in his office.
Sandy.
How, you knew?
Oh, excuse me. Yes. What? No, I don't have it. Just tell him I'll meet him next week. Monday? I don't know. Early next week. Okay. Cecile, Sandy's not been hired just as Pat's assistant. He's been hired to cover for both of you. In fact, I just found out about it myself.
You mean we're supposed to share him?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to make a habit of this, but I almost forgot to tell you that Mac wanted you to know that he'd arranged for a meeting with you and Philip at the Daily Ledger office at 11 o'clock this morning.
11? What time is it now?
Quarter of.
What? Oh, well, that doesn't give me much time.
Well, that's what I want to tell you.
Well, thanks a lot. Listen, I don't have to... I'll talk to you about this later, okay? Now, what is this meeting about? Did Max say?
It's the op-ed page. They wanted to...
Still, I want to say I'm going to miss you a lot around the house. Didn't take very long for you to become just like a member of the family. Just you make sure you don't make yourself too scarce. I know Amanda's going to try to get me to make you promise that you're going to show up from time to time because she's become very attached to you.
Well, it's a very special little girl. You know, she kept me company through all those hours when I thought I'd climb the walls if I didn't recover soon.
Like attracts like. You're both special. Also, I want to tell you how very pleased I am you're going to come with Corey Publishing.
Mr. Corey, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. You know that I have no publishing background. I have no academic background, no college degree.
Yes, but I don't make my decisions on the weight of a college degree. I'm a firm believer for certain jobs in work and experience being the best instructor. Now, there are plenty of teachers right here. Any interested student can learn all he needs to know from them.
Well, I'm certainly interested. I just wanted to make my inexperience clear.
I tell you, Sandy, I'm always on the lookout for an outsider's viewpoint, fresh input into what we publish here at the complex. And I have a strong feeling you're just the man to provide it. I might also say I'm seldom wrong on this score. Well, I'm glad you had a chance to meet Jamie finally.
Yes, the day I was waiting for you after the first tour, he stopped by for a minute.
So at least you've been in contact with each other than the contact you were in at the dock, which wasn't exactly a proper introduction.
Yeah. Mr. Corey, what position do you have lined up for me exactly?
Oh, well, as I mentioned to you the other day at lunch, I think Brava is the place for you. Actually, the title of your job is going to be Administrative Assistant Trainee, and actually what you're going to be doing is helping out both of our editors on Brava. Pat Randolph and Cecile Cecile Frame.
Oh, yes, I met Mrs. Frame just a moment ago.
Oh, yes, that's right outside. I'm still getting her name wrong. The marriage is so recent. Anyway, Pat and Cecile have joint responsibility for Brava, with Jamie as the supervising editor. I thought it best for Pat to fill you in on what the job entails. So I've arranged a meeting between you and Pat right after you leave here. As a matter of fact, she's probably waiting for you now. So, let me welcome you to Corey Publishing. I hope that we're going to have a long and very satisfying association.
Hey, Phil.
Jamie. Hey, out of breath. Looks like you jogged all the way here.
Yeah, well, I wish I had. But I'm doing quicker. That midtown traffic's murder this time of day.
That's one of the joys of city living.
Right. Anyway, oh, I'm sorry. I'm late.
No, listen, before we go any further, let me be one of the people that congratulate you. I mean, from the other day, the announcement you made, my best to you and to Cecile.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that.
Okay, shall we get down to it?
Wait a minute. Get down to what?
The ledger.
What?
The ledger.
Yeah, right.
Okay, what we'd like to do is get it totally under the Corey corporate banner up around the 1st. And anybody, and this goes for anybody who makes any April Fool's jokes, is fired. Now, the plan is to make it totally operational and have a new revamped edition on around the 5th. Now, that's very good because it's a Sunday edition. It'll give us a chance to show off, or at least showcase, our format.
Great. It sounds reasonable. I'm sure Mac will approve it.
Jamie, I don't need Mac's approval. I want yours. That's what this is all about. Haven't you spoken to Mac since you've been back?
Well, not really. What? I guess I have some catching up to do.
Well, while you've been gone, in case you haven't figured it out yet, Corey Publishers has bought the Daily Ledger.
Yeah, well, I knew we put in a bid. I didn't know it came through and that Mac is now a newspaper publisher.
No. That's not quite the way it is. Mac has named you the publisher.
Well, wait, me? Well, he didn't tell me about it.
Yes, well, maybe he didn't have the time. Jamie, come on. A lot of things have happened since on your trip. You came back with a lot of surprises.
I'm publisher? What was I supposed to do, read about it in the paper? I'm sorry. It's not that I'm not delighted. I really am, and it's going to be great working with you. But this is a big surprise for me. I'm sorry. I was supposed to have this meeting with Mac yesterday, and I couldn't make it, and he probably was going to tell me then. There was the party, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I think it's perfectly okay to understand that he forgot about it, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. Any more surprises?
Well, there are none for me. Excepting I would like to talk about some areas about the paper.
Okay, what do you got going?
Well, top of the pile, okay?
All right.
The Corey Holloway construction site. Now, I'd really like to get down there. I would, and start looking into some of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what way? I don't understand.
Well, I've read a lot of reports about the accidents. I've read your reports, the
Yeah.
police reports. Some of the pieces don't fit, Jamie. They just don't meld together. I don't know. This is just a gut feeling. I don't have any proof, but it's beginning to fit a pattern.
Deliberate?
Yes, I think so. I'd like to get down there, dig into it.
Good.
Find out what's behind all of this.
Yeah. All right, that sounds like a heavy piece of investigative reporting.
Well, Jamie, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Of course it is. I'd say go to it. But let me fill you in something. Story or no story, we've got to get to the bottom of it. Because if we have any more of those accident claims, man, we're going to lose our insurance.
They're going to close down.
Oh, of course they're going to close us down. We have to be operational down there by June 1st. It's real important.
And if you're not?
Well, if we're not, we're going to have to cut our losses and sell out. In fact, that's what Holloway wants us to do right now. I talked to him yesterday, managed to talk him out of it, sort of.
Did you really do that? I mean, that's pretty good. You've got to be a good talker
Holloway's
because Holloway is very hard to convince.
I know. Well, he's not really convinced. He's kind of holding back, which is why it's even more important to get it done. It really is.
Okay. I take it that you're still on top down there.
Well, sure I am. Why?
Well, I don't know. I figured since Mac thought that there might have been some kind of an attempt on your life that he would have pulled you out.
What are you talking about?
Well, he sent you away, didn't he, Jamie? I mean, when he really thought there was a serious threat on your life,
Wait.
It makes sense.
Wait a minute, Philip. Are you telling me that my little business trip was just a cover-up to get me out of town?
I don't know about any of that. I don't know what Mac's sources are. But, Jamie, you've got to realize
I don't have to realize anything, Philip. Except that it seems like more and more that what I'm supposed to be handling or in charge of is being handled by someone else or for me. And I'm also beginning to realize something else, that if I'm going to be in charge of Corey Publishing someday, this sort of thing is going to have to change.
I guess it's just a long-winded way of saying that you'll do whatever needs to be done whenever it needs doing. I guess just like all jobs in the beginning.
Sort of a gopher. You know, go for this, go for that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I've had a job like that before. Well, I guess it was a little different.
Well, in the meantime, you'll be learning a lot about editing and layouts and, all the different aspects of the publishing business. I guess it's kind of like learning by osmosis.
Well, I hope he's a good teacher.
I think you can be a fast learner.
Well, I'm sure something will rub off on all the rough edges.
Oh, no, I think you're quite smooth for your age.
My age?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you figure that is?
Oh, I'd say it's about the same as my son, Michael, in Florida.
You have a son? What's he doing in Florida? Going to boarding school?
Well, thank you. No, he's a lawyer down there.
I sure must have young lawyers in Florida.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's old enough to pass the bar. Maybe even go into one.
Now, what about Mrs. Frame, the other editor?
Oh, she's old enough, too.
No, that's not what I meant. Will I be working with her as well?
Yes, I guess you will be. But from what I understand from Mac, he wants you to learn the creative and productive end, which is my side, my responsibility. So I think de facto you'll be working mostly for me.
That sounds good. I just wanted to check.
Sure. It's okay. Have you met Cecile yet?
Yes, I met Mrs. Frame this morning.
I know Larry hurt you, Clarice. He hurt me, too. But you can't reject the possibility that he still cares for you and Corey.
Well, it certainly doesn't show it.
Well, maybe he can't right now. Maybe the only way that he can say it is by looking after you financially. If you made payments on the house, it's probably because that he's the one that insisted that you move in, and now he wants you to stay.
Why is it all so complicated? Why should he provide for Corey and me if he can't even live with us for the rest of our lives? Jerry, I didn't want to live in this house, but I do, so I'm going to pay for it. I don't want any token gestures from Larry.
Clarice, you can't afford the upkeep in this place. And it's not fair for you and Corey to have to move. But not only that, this is the one place that Larry knows he can come home to.
I don't know, Jerry. Maybe you shouldn't keep encouraging me that Larry's going to come back. Maybe he won't. I'm trying to accept that fact, and you should too.
Is that the way you want it?
What has anything got to do with the way I want it now? Of course I want Larry back. But I want the old Larry. I want the Larry that I knew, who plays football with Corey and eats pizza in front of the TV with me and likes his job as a policeman. This new Larry, he wants his snazzy clothes and cars and this slick job at the arena. Who is he? I don't even know.
Clarice, I really feel that you've got to think of this time in Larry's life as just temporary.
That's a pipe dream, Jerry. You got to face his reality just like I do. Larry's gone. He had this dream in his heart, and we didn't know about it. And it surfaced and took hold, and that's that.
I don't think so, Clarice. I think that the old Larry will come back when he sees this dream of his fizzle, and he realizes the worthlessness of this life that he's living in. And when that happens, will you be ready for him? Will you be willing to take him back?
If I really believed that you could turn back time and bring back Larry the way I know him and love him, of course I want him back. But when I think about it, when I realize that it can never be the same again, I've got to face the fact. For Larry and me, it's over.
Hey.
Hey, Joey.
How you doing? What's up? How was your day?
Oh, man, I spent the whole day wandering around, meeting people, getting lost.
Huh?
And I don't know whether I'm going to like this job or not. It seems like they got to keep an army out there to keep that place running.
Well, it's a very big place, you know. You got out kind of early today, huh?
Yeah, well, today was just a warm-up. Tomorrow, I begin the regular routine.
Yeah. Who your boss is going to be over there?
Well, it seems like I'm going to have two bosses. Both female.
Oh, well, that ain't bad.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One of them's Pat Randolph, and the other one is Cecile Frame.
Oh, yeah? You met Cecile, huh?
Yeah, just briefly. What's to look for?
What? No, I didn't make a look.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like from what I've heard from people that Cecile's not a very easy person to work for. You know what I mean? She tends to let her teeth show every now and then.
Great, that's all I need. I seem to have a knack for crossing that type, you know?
Yeah, well, you don't want to cross this one or else she'll have you for supper. You know, she's not only a big powerhouse over at Corey Publishing, she just married the boss's son. Talk about a whirlwind. I was working over at Jordan's the other night, right? Last night. And she made the announcement there that her and Jamie got married. Took the whole place by shock.
Yeah, but they were all pretty surprised.
You said it. Jamie's mother looked like she got slapped in the face. Seems like Jamie's back to his old ways again.
What are you talking about?
Well, gosh, this button. Jamie did the same thing before with Blaine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was married to Blaine. Yeah, well, you can't fault the guy's taste in women.
No, that's for sure.
Blaine, huh?
Yep.
I was just wondering, old buddy, why is it that that same lady has keys to this apartment? Yeah, see, she just walked right in the other day. I mean, she could have caught me in a very compromising position, you know? She didn't even knock.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. She was having a very bad day with Jordan, so I gave her the keys just so she can get away, be all alone, not alone. I didn't even think.
Yeah, alone, huh? You sure you two aren't using this place as a secret rendezvous or something?
No, what are you saying? I have very honorable intentions.
Yeah, well, I hope they stay that way.
Of course they'll stay that way. She's the boss's lady.
Yeah, right. She's the boss's lady, Jordan Scott's woman. Do me a favor, will you, friend? Don't forget that. Will you?
Oh, sorry.
I'm glad I've caught you before you left.
Well, I'm glad I was still here. Seems another day, yet another day, has almost gone by without our actually sitting down and talking to each other. That's not good.
No, it's not.
Something troubling you?
Mac, let me ask you something. Am I really a member of your management team?
Well, yes, that's been definitely established.
No. I mean for real. You know, not just as a figurehead. Not just part of the family. Am I an operating part of the decision-making process? Because if I'm not, I want out.
What's brought this on? What are you talking about?
Plenty. One, I come back, and I find in my absence, you've given Pat several of Cecile's areas of responsibility. Two, I discovered that these areas that you've given Pat will remain with her until completion, even with Cecile back in town.
Jamie, Cecile hadn't started 2 reports, which I thought were finished before she even left. I couldn't wait any longer.
Oh, well, it's my understanding that one was due the 20th and the other was due at the end of the week. However, I've got more. 3, without my knowledge or consultation, you've gone ahead and hired this Sandy Alexander to be both Cecile and Pat's assistant. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with hiring Sandy. But as an assistant, now come on, Mac.
Just slow down a minute, will you? He hasn't been hired as anyone's assistant. He's hired as a trainee. The best way to train for a job is to be on the job.
Train for what? That's what I want to know. What kind of experience has this guy got? I mean, besides from fast reflexes and good eyesight, I mean, what's he done? What's his background?
No more than you had when you came to us, I suppose.
Look, Mac, I'm not saying he's not a nice guy. You know, I'm sure he is. But an administrative position at Corey Publishers? What are you thinking of? It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. I mean, there are a lot of qualified people out there looking for jobs. That's not why I came in here. That's not my point. My point is, you know, if you had given him his job, I probably would have agreed with you. I would have gone along with it. Fine. But what really gets me is the fact that you went ahead and made this decision without even asking me, involving me in any way. You didn't find out how I felt about it? You didn't let me provide my own ideas in the situation. And this applies to both Brava and Sandy Alexander.
Jamie, surely you aren't saying I've got to consult you before I hire a man for a menial job. The guy saved your life. Now, come on, before we go off the deep end here.
Wait a minute. I'm not finished, Mac. I've got more. I've only got to 3. Now, 4. This one really is something. I go running over to see Philip Lyons, as per your request. I find out that this newspaper deal, which you only talked about before I left, has already gone through. A fait accompli. And that you've hired Philip as the editor. And that you've told him that I'm going to be the publisher.
I thought you'd be very pleased.
No, Mac. That's not the point. He had to tell me. Understand? You cannot believe how stupid I felt.
I can believe it. I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't tell you for the same reason that you didn't tell your mother and me that you had gotten married. You may recall things were very hectic around here. Not to mention the fact that the talk that we had scheduled to have with each other just never seemed to come off. Now, you can't hold me responsible for that.
Okay. Okay, I'll grant you that, but there is one more thing, Mac. And this is the thing that's really eating me up.
Yes.
Tell me honestly. Why did you send me on that 2-week holiday?
Sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. You see, on a good day, I get about 3 good words a minute on this thing, but that's then. Please, come in. You must be Leigh Hobson.
Yeah. Mr. Corey told Ada Hobson I was supposed to come down and see you about a possible job.
Right, a job. Well, maybe. Sit down. Okay, then why don't you start by telling me something about yourself?
Well, like what? There's not much to tell.
Why are you going to school?
Yeah, I go to Bay State.
That's a good school.
Yeah.
Well, what year are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
Are you enjoying it?
It's okay.
Well, what's your major?
I haven't declared yet, but I'm sort of interested in journalism.
Oh, then you must work for the school newspaper.
Well, it's a rather recent interest.
Well, then tell me, what is it exactly you are interested in, primarily?
Honestly.
Honestly? But besides girls?
Hockey.
That's a rough sport. Anything else?
Yeah, getting a job.
Now, that's an honest answer.
Well, you see, Mr. Lyons, if I don't find a job, I gotta drop out of school. And out of hockey, too.
Now, how are you doing in school, besides your hockey team?
So-so. Better at hockey.
Now, tell me the truth. Have you ever done anything, any kind of work around a newspaper?
Yeah. I was delivery boy in grade school.
Oh, really? Well, you're a little bit big for that now. A little too large for the butt.
Yeah, I guess that about sinks it, huh?
Do you have a car?
No. License, no tickets.
That's another honest answer. I think I can use you. You got a job.
What?
Yeah, I need somebody who's both honest and somebody who can drive a car. We have the car, and you seem to fit that combination.
Doing what?
Oh, I don't know, a messenger, a runner. We'll figure something out. We need somebody who can drive a car. You can drive a car. And who knows, if you can spend a few hours away from your work and from your hockey, you got yourself a job, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Come on, Mac. Why the sudden trip out of town?
It's a rather strange
Strange? Oh, I don't think it's very strange at all. I think it's kind of slow on my part. I'm learning. I'm sick and tired of being treated like a child.
What does that mean?
It means if you had reason to believe that I was the target of an attempted hit at the dockside, why didn't you tell me? You knew I suspected it myself after the accident. If you thought I was in any kind of danger, why didn't you come to me? Explain it to me. Talk it over. So I could deal with it on my own. I don't understand why I always have to get things done for me, for my own good.
Jamie, I very much wanted you to go on that trip because you were driving yourself too hard. You needed a rest. I didn't believe you would go if you knew about the dock situation. Besides which, I got no proof about any plot. All I've got is third-hand anonymous hearsay. I wasn't at all sure.
Wasn't sure? Well, Jerry Groves seemed very sure, Mac. In fact, by the way, where did he get his information?
I have no idea. He wouldn't reveal his source. That's why Brian and
Brian? Oh, Brian knows about this, too. Well, that's news to me. Does everybody know? Everybody knows except me. Am I the only one in the world who wasn't aware that this little business trip that you sent me on that was supposed to be so important was just a cover-up, an attempt to get me out of town to protect me? Little Jamie, is that it?
Jamie.
Jamie, yeah, Jamie. I want to know, what kind of a name is that anyway? Jamie. For a grown man.
To answer your question, no, people didn't know. I didn't even tell your mother or Cecile as far as that
Mom,
goes.
that's another thing. Did you see the look on her face when Cecile announced our marriage? It's firmly imprinted on my memory, I can tell you. You'd have thought I'd committed every crime in the book. Right before her eyes. All I did was marry the woman I love. Is that so horrible? I don't know how else to say this to you, but if I'm going to be given the responsibilities of an adult, I want her to be treated like one. I want to be given the authority that goes with it. I don't want to be told what to do. I want to make my own decisions, deal with my own problems, without being coddled. I don't want to be protected or taken care of anymore.
That was not the intent.
Well, maybe it wasn't the intent, but that certainly was the result.
It was simply concern for you. I was trying to do the best I knew. Perhaps looking back, it wasn't the best decision.
Perhaps.
But I didn't mean any harm. You must know that. And Jamie, I promise you, faithfully, no major decisions will be taken again without consulting you, if that's the way you want it.
That's the way I want it. But that only takes care of my professional life.
What?
I also have to deal with my personal life. And to get that settled, I guess I'm going to go have a talk with Mom. A very long talk.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.